Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a hilarious story for you here today of a wife who has a mental breakdown when her husband serves her with divorce papers. Now, this is one of those stories where even when it's entirely deserved, even when it's obvious that the woman is not wife material and she completely screws it up, they still manage to have a breakdown and make it about themselves. I think it's truly one of the talents that a lot of these wives have, guys, is just making everything about themselves and trying to gaslight the man into making him think that it's all his fault. But guys, before we jump into this episode, don't forget to like the video on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. And let's take a listen to this particular story. So, a 33-year-old man recounts how his 31-year-old wife's affair with his younger brother shattered their marriage. When he served her with divorce papers after catching them together, her reaction was explosive and unexpected. Let me just be the first, not the first, to say this, guys. Their reactions are entirely expected, in my opinion. You know, when the women lose their minds, nothing really surprises me anymore, even when they're the ones who are in the wrong. He says, I'm a 33-year-old male and my now ex-wife is 31. We've been together for nearly a decade, married for 6 years. We built a life that from the outside looked great. We shared a house, we had a dog, and we had dreams of kids. Okay, I mean, I should hope so. This woman is pushing 35. We should definitely be having the kids discussion at some point if you want to actually have them. He says, all of that crumbled when I learned that she had been sleeping with my younger brother. Interesting. He says it started with a gut feeling. She and my brother, he is 28, had always gotten along, maybe a bit too well. I used to think it was cute how they joked and teased each other until I noticed the way their eyes lingered a little too long, or how she suddenly cared what he thought about her outfits. Yeah, this is super weird. Okay, having a wife who cares what your siblings think about her outfits, very concerning red flag, in my opinion. Again, this is one of those small things where people will tell you that you're crazy. But I don't think these dudes are crazy. I don't think a lot of men in these situations are crazy. I think they're just being lied to be honest with you. So he has the gut feeling, weird relationship between the brother and the woman. I don't know why she even has a real, like a communicative relationship with him in the first place. Super weird, but whatever. He says, one night I got home earlier than expected from a work trip. I wasn't trying to catch anyone. I was just tired and missed my own bed. When I walked through the front door, I could hear laughter. She was laughing, and then his voice was there. He says, I didn't storm in. I stayed quiet. I walked down the hall and caught a glimpse of them on the couch. She was in his lap wearing my t-shirt. I didn't say a word, and I just left. Yeah, so here's the thing. This situation tells you everything you need to know. You know what? Like, oh, it was just I was just sitting in his lap wearing, you know, different clothes because it's a joke, right? We were getting, like, there's nothing to be said here. Okay, I don't care how the woman tries to twist it, you know, what kind of language is used. It's stupid, all right? We all know what is going on here. Let's see if she tries to gaslight him or not. Usually they try and gaslight the dude. He says, I spent the next week in a hotel pretending to be away for work, and during that time I met with a lawyer. I gathered evidence, texts that she didn't bother to delete, photos from the home security system. She forgot we had a camera near the garage door, and receipts from dinners that they charged to our joint card. So not only is this woman cheating, but she's also an idiot too. And she's charging receipts. So she's going out with this dude for dinners, and they're using the joint credit card or whatever that they have. I swear, these women are not the brightest, you know? I think that goes without saying when we read these stories, but you have to be quite the dense individual to use a joint card to go out on dinner with another man. Like, you actually have to either be A, incredibly stupid, or B, you have to not respect your husband whatsoever, or typically a mixture of the two, right? He says, when I finally returned home, she was all smiles, like nothing had happened. She asked if I wanted dinner. I handed her the envelope and simply said it's over. She opened it, read it, and for a moment I thought she might faint. Then came the tears, the begging, etc. She dropped on the floor, sobbing, holding my leg like a child. She kept saying it was a mistake, it didn't mean anything, and said, please don't leave me, we can fix this. So she loses the marbles, okay, collapses on the floor, starts grabbing this dude's leg. I mean, what a psycho, man. What an absolute psycho. He says, what I wasn't prepared for was the mental breakdown that followed. She locked herself in the bathroom, threatening to do things. I had to call emergency services. They took her in for a 72-hour psychiatric hold. Her family blamed me for triggering her. Hey, I love how, like, the families in these stories and her friends, you know, have you ever had this, guys? You know, like the girl's friends will like pitch in and call you a terrible person, or their family will pitch in. It's like, you people are so stupid, right? You honestly can't take offense when people get mad at you in these situations, guys. It's just funny. You know, it really is how dense people have to be mad at the dude in this situation, in my opinion. So the brother vanished. He deleted social media, didn't show up to our parents' house, and ignored my calls. What a coward. I would find this guy. Like, I swear you'd be able to find him. You know, and then you two can have a polite discussion, okay? Holy hell. What a coward, though. I agree with this guy. What an absolute coward, by the way. Deletes social media, vanishes. Goodness me. He says it's been 3 months and the divorce is final. I kept the house. Awesome. She moved back in with her parents. My family is fractured. My parents are heartbroken, trying to stay neutral but struggling. My brother still hasn't faced me. Am I the only one who dislikes these people who try and stay neutral? Right? They always like fence sit these, oh, I don't want to pick a side, you know, even though one side is clearly in the wrong. Oh, I don't want to pick a side. I don't want to have an opinion. I don't have a you know, a position to take here. Like, yes, you absolutely do. Especially as a parent, in my opinion, right? Like, parents are the people who you're supposed to, on paper, in theory, right, look up to from a moral perspective. Now, obviously, a lot of the times it doesn't work that way. But it's like, you can't even trust your parents to have the right decisions, you know, which a lot of them don't. Nobody's perfect. But I don't like fence sitters. I really don't, right? Like, they know what's going on here. It's not as if they're a fence sitter because they lack information. If you lack information on a topic and you don't want to take a side, makes sense because you're not informed. But these people are informed, you know? Like, let's not pretend like they're not informed as to what's going on here. He says, I gave her everything. I was loyal, supportive, and I believed in us. She didn't just betray me. She destroyed a family, and somehow I'm the one everyone's avoiding, like I'm radioactive. Yeah, she probably, you know, did the social manipulation before this happened, by the way. This is something that women do all the time, is they preemptively turn people against you in the event that you catch them doing some nonsense, or for when they finally just want to leave your ass, they have turned everyone against you ahead of time. Like, a lot of men can attest to this, guys. You'll have a woman who leaves you and all of a sudden everybody dislikes you. It's because she's been planting seeds for a long period of time. He says, excuse me, the article says this man's story isn't just about infidelity. It's about how betrayal from the people closest to you can leave scars that are far deeper than any breakup. Yeah, I have an issue. So not only, let's get this straight, not only did the guy get screwed over by the woman, but he got screwed over by the brother, of course, and then he got screwed over, in my opinion, by his family too, who tried to stay neutral. So incredibly stupid, man. At a certain point, like, if you're this dude, I would never speak to any of these people again. Block them all. You want to stay neutral? That's fine. I'm peacing out. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely disgusting behavior from all of the people, except for the dude who wrote this, in my opinion. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.